To create GSLV rocket, we are going to use Tinkercad website. So once you open Tinkercad website, you will find create new design. You have to click on create new design. So it will create a fresh project for you. Once the platform is open, you can find that on the right hand side we have been given a toolbox where you can find various shapes. At the center they have given us work plane, right? So you can find it various views. You can move it by right clicking on it, right? Then if you see on the left hand side, we have been given cube, and you can select various views by clicking on the cube. So if you don't feel comfortable right clicking and moving it, you can always choose this option, right? Okay, so now let's set it to front view, right? So if you see, this is a home view. Then if you have added many models or various components on the screen, you can click on fit in all view, fit all in one view, so that it will show all the components in one view. Then zoom in, zoom out, and currently we are in perspective mode. Perspective means you can get the 3D mode, and if you go to orthographic, you will get 2D one. Okay, or you will get it like right angle, right? So basically orthographic is everything is at right angle. Now if you see the work plane, it has grid structure, right? So we are going to use this grid structure to align our object or model, and you can find that there are some prominent lines. So these big squares are of 1 by 1 centimeter, and the small square are of 1 mm by 1 mm, right? So it is just like our graph paper. So we are going to use this grid to draw our model. Okay, so now whenever you want to draw the model, make sure that your work plane is tilted, right? Not like this front. Okay, make it little bit tilted. And now the first thing we want to add is, if you see the rocket, it has two rocket booster, and we want to create this rocket booster. So it is a cylindrical part. Then at the end it has cone, and on the top of it, it has parabolite shape, right? So it has two cones, and then it has one attachment over here, right? So it is up to you how detail you want to draw, right? So I am going to show you one cylinder, one cone, and on top of it one parabolite. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, I will select the cylinder, and I will place it on the plane which is tilted, right? So first of all, we have to change the sides so that it will become 64 maximum. So as you add the slides, the angles will get reduced and it will have the uniform or curved shape. Okay, then if you observe, they have given us different dimensions. So if you click on any cube, any square, you will see the dimensions written like this. So this is the width of that cylinder, this is the length of that cylinder. So you can make it 15. As you can observe that the cylinder is slender in this case, right? So we will make it 15 and 15. Obviously it is not as per dimension. We are not drawing it in any scale, so proportion. So you can choose whichever dimension you feel suitable. Okay, then we will make its height 40, right? And we'll look it from front view, right? So if you see it from front view, you will observe that this cylinder is attached to the plane, right? It is not lifted up, it is based on the plane, right? And if you observe over here, we have to add one cone at the bottom. So that means we have to raise, or we have to lift this cylinder little bit up, right? And if you observe over here, you can see how much you have lifted it. So you have lifted it 10 mm, right? Okay. Now this cylinder we have set in front view. So now we want to align it, right? So we will go to top view, and if you see, we are going to align it to the vertical line. Okay, so this cylinder is selected. I'll just click on it and I will drag it and try to match it with this vertical line. If you want, you can match it with the horizontal line also. So I'll try to coincide, or I will try to adjust its center with the horizontal line, but this vertical line is a must, right? Because we are going to add the other components as per this vertical lines, right? So once we have added, once we have written this, once we have coincided this vertical line with our square, right, boundary of the cylinder, now we will go to front view again, right? So our cylinder is done, right? So now I'll tilt the plane again and I will try to add cone in it, right? So I will place the cone over here and I will go to its dimension and I will write down 15 and 15. Okay, then if you want to lift it up, you can just use this triangle, right? We'll go to top view. Now we want to put this below the cylinder, right? So they should coincide. So you can see that the cone has been selected. You just have to click on that cone and you have to move it and you have to make sure that it is perfectly coincided with the cylinder, right? Now you can see only the cylinder because it is a top view, so you will see only the cylinder and cone is exactly below it, right? So this way the alignment is easier. Okay, and if you feel that the cone has to be reduced, you can just click on the cone and you can just drag this triangle up, right? So you can go to this and you can change its color. Okay, now we have to add parabolite, right? Because if you observe over here, the parabolite is on the top of cylinder and it is slightly tilted, right? So we have to give that effect also. So if you see, this is a parabolite, I have to tilt the plane. I will add the parabolite and I will try to make its dimension 15 and 15. Right, its height is 20, so we will keep it as it is, right? Then I'll go to front view and I will try to lift it up and try to make it, try to put it on the cylinder, right? Then go to top view and try to adjust it on the cylinder, right? So they are aligned, you can see. Okay, now we have to go to front view and as we want to tilt it little bit, right? So we will change its angle. So if you see, I will write down its angle as -5, correct? Now it has been tilted and as it has been tilted, we have to little bit shift it inside, correct? Okay, so that, yes, okay, right? Now let's go to top view again and let's try to align it, right? So you can see that its edge is now perfectly matching to the vertical line. Okay, so our one part is done, right? We are done with one booster. Now we want to replicate it, right? So it is just a mirror image of it, right? So we want to duplicate it and then we want to mirror it. So what I will do is I will select it all and then I'll group it, right? So that the parts will not move while we are duplicating or we are mirroring or we are multiplying it, right? So this is a group, right? So and you can ungroup it once you done moving it, right? So I'll just select it again and I will group it, right? Now I will go to duplicate and repeat, right? When I click on it, the duplicate part is ready, but it is over here only. So you have to drag it and you have to detach it, right? So now we'll go to top view again and now if you see, we have to add this middle cylinder over here, right? So we will keep the space of 2 centimeter, right? Because if you observe the middle part is compared to this 2 cylinder, it is having radius, its radius is more, right? So we will take the radius as 20 over here, and this one we have given 50. Okay, so if you observe over here, now I have coincided, or I have aligned this edge to this perpendicular line, right? Like we have aligned this to this perpendicular line, this edge is now aligned to this vertical line, right? Okay, now let's go to front, right? So if you see, uh, it is now only the image, right? So we want to make it mirror image. That means we want to change its angle. So what I will do is, the paraboloid has to be 5 degree now, right? Tilted it is. So what I will do is, I will select it and I will ungroup it, right? Then I'll click on Parabolite, right? I'll click on Parabolite and then I will click on mirror, right? And I will shift it, right? I have to click on this and then it will, this is shifted. This is horizontal one. We want to shift it horizontally, right? So it is mirror image, right? So this is done, right? So now our two booster cylinders are done. So I will recommend that you keep it grouped unless you finish your model, because this might happen that while creating the middle cylinder, the parts might get moved and the children are using it. So better it is grouped so that the parts will not mismatch, right? Their alignment will remain same. Okay, now we have to create this middle cylinder. So if you observe that here we have one cylinder, then after that we have one cone, right? So if you want, you can remove this cone and you can add only one cone, just like this, right? Or you can add a tilted cone over here and then you can put one more cone like this, right? So this complete module is divided into 6 parts: 1, 2, 3, right? 4, then 5 and 6, right? So here you have to add cone and again the last parabolite, right? So let's start with this middle cone, middle cylinder, and let's go one by one, right? So now, as you have, I hope you have understood it uh, in depth. So I'll just fasten my speed, right? I'll make it 64. I'll create it 2020, right? I'll keep it 2020, and actually we have to place this cylinder and the rest of the assembly over here, but I will create it outside and then I'll move it in between. Okay, so now we have to change this to 40, right? Then I'll go to top and I'll make sure that it is aligned, right? So that next time whenever I will keep anything, I can move it, right? Then I'll go over here, okay, and I will raise it up little bit, right? So I'll keep this as 10, because if you see, we have kept this as 8. Sorry, this is also 10. So I'll just move it little bit up, 12 or something, right? Okay, now let's just add cone over there. So right, I will add one cone. If you want, you can add two cones also. So it is just, I will show you one cone, right? I have adjusted it. Now let's go to top view, right? I will try to coincide. It's aligned, okay, right? So now change its color, right? Now we have to add one more cylinder on top of this. and it is of black color. This, it carries the payload, right? So we will add one more cylinder over here, right? And we will keep its height as 20 only, right? And width and length is also 20. So I'll just change its side, I'll change its color to black, right? And I will go to front view, try to raise it, right? Then go to top view and try to coincide it with this. Okay, come back to front, right? So it has been placed. Okay, now on top of it we have to add this cone, and it is upside down, right? So we have to turn it by 180 degree. So I will add one cone over here, right? It is 20 and 20. Now I will go over here, right? And I will try to write it 180. Correct? Now it is upside down. So again, let's go to front and let's try to move it up, right? So I think we can increase the height of it. So maybe 25. No? Okay. Okay. Right? And then try to move it down. Right? Now let's go to top view and let's try to coincide with other assembly parts. Right? Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is what it is done. So if I want, I can keep it a little bit down, right? Yes, now it will look good. Okay, and I'll change its color to white only. Okay, then I'll tilt and again I will add parabolite. Okay, so if you see over here, it is one cylinder also is there in between, and then on the top of it there is a parabolite. So for that we can delete it, we can add one cylinder. Right, now just raise it up, right? Go to top, no, shift, coincide. Okay, come back. Now we have to move it down. Okay, I'll change color. Okay, now let's add last component, parabolite. Okay, so yeah, it is same 20 and 20. I'll just raise it up, right? And I'll try to draw it over here, put it over here, align, then go to top, try to shift it over here. Okay, so now let's go to front and let's see. So we have to move it a little bit down. Right? Okay, so the middle part is done, right? So now I'll just tilt it, I will group it because I want to move it and I want to place it at the center, right? So now I will go to top view, and if you see we have left a square of 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter to 1 centimeter blocks, and then this also is 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter. So we will just move it and try to place it over here, right? So our model is complete and it is perfectly aligned. So now let's go to front view, right? And then ungroup them all. Okay, so they're back to their views, right? You can take perspective view now and you can zoom in. You can see their all sizes, right? So hope this works, right? The alignment is really easy if you use the grid, right? And right, if you want, you can additionally place cylinder and cones over here, right? You can add the text GSLV Mac, right? So if you want, you can do it, and if you don't get it, maybe I'll send one more video for it, right? Okay, so now, yeah, so now if you want to see, I have already created that model with a name written on it. Right, so right, so here I have added two cones. If you can, if you see, I have added two cones. One is vertical, one is upside down, and the second one is normal, right? Then yes, so like this you can do various things, right? Okay, so I hope this will help you. If you have any doubt, you can call me, right? We'll discuss it. Thank you. Bye bye.